was saying that he.
Oh yeah, so she suspected him. She knew he was lying, but she didn't know about what. But she kicked him out anyway.
Yeah. Oh, she thought he was cheating on her.
Yeah.
Or something, didn't she?
But like this was before his cancer went into remission, so she was like, "Oh, I don't want you to be part of this family, but you only have months to live. You only have like months to live, probably, or maybe a couple of years. But for that time, I don't want you to be part of this family because I'm like really neurotic." So she'd kindly fuck off.
Yeah, she was a nasty person. Also, her sister was a nasty person. Well, the entire city was just filled with horrible people.
Yeah.
I suppose Jesse was the nicest of them all, maybe.
I said this before, didn't I? Like,
Yeah,
I feel like Breaking Bad makes more sense with Jesse as the main character.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
Because you relate to him, right?
Not necessarily as the antagonist of the show, like the main character that we focus on, but as the focus of the story, like him and Walt are the two characters that are in like every single episode. So it's about both of them, but obviously it focuses more on. It shows Jesse's story, but it focuses more on Walter's, and I feel like as far as character growth and things like that go, I think Jesse definitely. He went through a lot more than Walter did. He grew more as a person, as a character. Because it's one of those things where he was still pretty young at the start of the show.
Yeah.
And they're still like very impressionable, formative years. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I was in my 20s, that was when I was like finding myself, finding out who I was, and growing as a person in a way that, like, so in school, that didn't really happen.
Same.
In college, I kind of learned how to come out of my shell and like talk with other people and that sort of thing. Like I learned to interact with people. And then when I left college and when I was in my early 20s, that was when I was learning. That was when I was becoming a person. I was using these skills that I'd like learned in college in the world and not in a small, safe environment with the same, 5 or 6 people that I would hang out with every day.
I feel like when I was a kid, I was in autopilot the whole way. Do you feel that way? I was in autopilot the whole time.
Not really. I just feel like I was alone. Like, it's not so much an autopilot thing as it is that I didn't really have anyone else that I could talk to about these things. And maybe I did, like, in all fairness, if I'd wanted to, I probably could have found someone, but I didn't. I felt alone. I didn't feel. I don't know. I don't know how to put it into words. I certainly didn't learn too much about what being a person is.
No.
But
I don't think our school helped with that.
No, totally.
I was never really encouraged to think in school. Do you know what I mean? Like to actually have an opinion, to feel like you belong.
Oh, school is like 1984 and shit.
And not just
you
because
have to dress the same and like.
Yeah. Not just because of the students, because of the teachers of that particular
the environment
school.
of it. Yeah, everything. Yeah. Everything. It's all very, like you say, you're encouraged to not be a free thinker in things. That's why I made the comparison that I just did, because you're encouraged to just kind of
get on with it.
Yeah, sit down and shut up and just do it as.
This is the way the world works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess not all schools are like that. We went to a particularly bad school, I think.
I wouldn't know if any other schools are like that because that's not my experience.
Yeah.
So,
well, I do see. I sometimes go and see the drama performances. They do like stage shows at Maz's school, and one thing that blows me away every time is how much the students support each other. Does that seem like an alien concept to you? Because
I can't relate to that at all.
The students support each other so well. It's incredible to me. Anyway, we
were talking about Jesse Pinkman. And
we were. And
the
you're right.
fact that he grows so much more, and it's his journey. Like that's how I feel about the show.
You're right. I think you're right about
and
that.
he's a more interesting character to watch than Walt as well, because again, he's the one who has these emotional kind of struggles in the show. He's the one that has to sweat it about. You know, he has to like kill people. And Walt's just like, you need to sort this out. You need to kill him. You know, you need to. You need to do this.
Yeah. He's very selfish.
And at the same time, like, it's a really damaging relationship for both of them, but mostly for Jesse, because Walt is really like there are times where if Jesse's done something good, Walt is just like
dismissive of it.
Yeah, it's like, it's terrible, it's stupid. He's like, you fucking brain dead or something. Like, what the fuck is the matter with you?
Yeah.
Like, it's like an abusive relationship. Not that I have any experience with that, so I could be wrong, but
yeah,
it's horrible. Like,
I don't think it was like so much to do with character growth for me that I just stopped feeling for Walt because I couldn't relate to him. You know, like I found it interesting that he went down the path he went, but I couldn't relate to that path. You know, it was just. I guess I can almost relate to that path, but eventually I was just like, oh yeah, he's completely lost it, hasn't he? Was it you that said to me that you didn't feel like he did lose it? Like
no, I didn't say. I didn't say that I didn't think he'd lost it, but what I said was, I didn't feel like. I feel like the decisions that he made going along, I was like, yeah, like. I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like I could see why he'd made the decisions he's made, and like if I was in that same situation, and if I was that smart, I probably would have done the same. You know, he was a smart guy.
He's a bad teacher.
He was a pretty poor teacher.
Did you notice that? Like in his lessons, he just seemed like really dull. He's just so terrible.
But then that's teachers. Like, not all of them, obviously, but again, from my experience, I can only speak to my own experience with these things.
Yeah, Montague. Good old Montague.
I liked it. 7 out of 10, we'll try again. I know you've seen like bits and bobs of it at my house, and I know you said like you've got a lot of no. Let's hop back a second. So you said you were like watching a few different TV shows at the moment. So what are you watching, and what are you watching that you've seen before?
What am I rewatching?
Yeah, like what are you watching and what are you rewatching? Like both.
I don't think I'm rewatching anything.
You're not? Okay. Maybe that's. Just me making it sound. Have you not seen House before?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm mainly captivated by House at the moment.
How far into are you?
I think I'm like the 5th season in or something.
Okay, cool.
So, I'm in the 1st season with Olivia Wilde in it.
Right.
You know, the new staff. So they had the 3 doctors. He's just replaced them with like the contest of. So, yeah. So no, I've never watched it before. I'm enjoying it.
I've seen all the House.
Yeah.
House is good. I like House.
It's good. I mean, it's very much. It feels sometimes like we're like going in circles.
Yeah, totally.
And that, you know, at the start of the episode, someone comes in with something that might be interesting. He dismisses it.
It's very formulaic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you get to a point where you kind of see what they're doing and where it's going, and it never kind of feels tongue in cheek. You know, like they always have those red herring openings where, like, I don't know, there'll be like a museum or something, and then someone will be like, whoa, I need to sit down, I've got a headache, and their vision goes all blurry, and then someone in the next room will like collapse and their leg will twist it down behind their ear or some shit. Like, they always have like red herring openings.
Yeah, they do. Hugh Laurie, what a great...
Fantastic, right?
Yeah. he's I can't get over the
He's a
accent.
national treasure.
Yes.
He is good though. He is fantastic.
I can't seem to get over the accent. Every now and again, you know, I'm 5 seasons in. There's like God knows how many episodes to a season, and every now and again I'm like, oh yeah, it's British, and I forget because he does it so well.
His accent sounds really natural, and that's what's important.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard a British actor play such a good American accent, and that's probably including the guy from Walking Dead. I mean, he does a very good Southern American accent, but there's something about the Southern American accent.
I think Southern accents are easy to caricature, and probably very, very difficult to make sound quite authentic. So I think he's got a good accent.
Oh, he's got a good accent. I mean, I didn't know he was British.
Yeah.
Until after I'd stopped watching. So what else am I watching? I'm watching House. We were gonna watch. We've still got some episodes of How I Met Your Mother left.
I was gonna say, I know you said you were. I thought you'd said you were rewatching that.
No, we're not. Well, maybe a while back.
I'll rewatch some of it to catch up to yourself.
Yeah. So I'm now up to date with it. Okay. I'd always planned to rewatch Lost.
Yeah, I've always planned to rewatch Lost, but I
did.
can never be. But we tend to go in cycles of rewatching things. Like the other day, Haley was like, we were talking about Smallville for some reason. It came up, and she was like, "Oh, we should rewatch that." And I'm like, "Should we?"
Yes.
I enjoyed Smallville, but after a certain point, like after maybe the first 5 seasons, I was like, man, this is really starting to like grind on me. You just have to kind of get through it because I hadn't seen it. Like I'd seen up to like maybe season 6 or 7 or so, and then we bought the complete box set because I just decided to watch it one day, and I was like, oh, Haley, we should watch this, you might enjoy it. And she did, somehow. She enjoyed a show about a teenage Superman. But, yeah, no, so she mentioned that, so we'll probably be, but we just go on cycles, like, we're not big fans of finding new TV shows, so we just tend to, like, rewatch ones that we know that we like. Although we haven't watched House in ages, but I feel like it's the kind of show that when you've seen it all, I feel like it's better suited to just the odd, like, miscellaneous episode. Like, a random episode, just stick it on.
Oh, yeah.
And not watch it, like...
I think there's good progression between seasons, but not between episodes, is there?
Yeah.
It's all very...
But that's good because, like, if you just want to stick something on for, like, half an hour while you're eating dinner or whatever...
Yeah.
You can't really do that with, like, just, like, a random episode of Lost. You kind of have to watch it in, like, its own order, you know? You couldn't just be like, oh, I'm just going to stick... Yeah, just grab, like, season 3 of Lost and put, like, the 4th episode on, you know what I mean? You can't really do that, so... So at the moment we're watching, well, Daredevil just came out. I want to watch that on Netflix. That's pretty good. That's good.
Yeah, I should have mentioned that. I watched 2 episodes today.
Really, is it good?
It's not bad. It reminds me of. Did you ever watch Arrow? I think it's called Arrow.
I haven't watched Arrow. I've heard it's good, but
I think it has the same flaws as Arrow does, and that is there's like I've got like I think a low cheese tolerance when it comes to TV shows, so it's not as bad. Arrow is particularly bad, I feel, in comparison. This is a great level. You can't see a thing.
Yeah, I cannot see shit.